Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different, but one that I think is really fun. Today's video is what is in my MAC palettes. I'm going to be going over my MAC blush palette and eyeshadow palette. Recently, I've seen Amanda Ensing do this video and I loved it. And this used to be really popular back in the day when MAC was all the rage. So I wanted to do this for you guys and show you all of the products in my MAC palette. And hopefully this won't be too long of a video, but I am going to go over all of the colors, tell you the finishes, and show you swatches. So like I said, I do have a cheek palette and an eyeshadow palette. And before I get into the colors, I wanted to talk about the palettes themselves. So these are called the Pro Palette Singles. There are Pro Palette Doubles, which have two sides to them. They fold like a book. It's gonna look like this, and then it will open like that. And those are not my favorite. They're extra bulky and I don't like the way that they look. I prefer these Pro Palette Singles because they do have a clear top so you can see what's in there, which for me, I'm more likely to reach for this product because I can see everything that is in here and it kind of reminds me to use it. So I love that it has this clear top. So this palette itself is $8, and then the insert here is $2. They have inserts for blushes, eyeshadows, and for lipsticks, which is really awesome. So the inserts for the palettes would be 6 pans fit in the cheek palette and 15 pans fit into the eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure about the lipstick, but I will have that information down below. And I'm also going to list all of the colors that I'm mentioning and their finish. So you don't have to use an insert because these are magnetic palettes. You can just pop the powder products in there. So more pans will fit in this palette if you do not use the insert, but for me, I love how they are all lined up and I like them better organized when they are in this palette. So that's just kind of a personal preference thing. So that's my little tidbit on the palettes. I really like these and they are a really great price point, much cheaper than a Z palette. So now just getting into it, I'm going to start with my MAC cheek palette. So here is my MAC cheek palette close up. As you can see, I have 6 powders in here. I have the MAC Shaping Powder in Emphasize, the Sculpting Powder in Sculpt. I have the brush in Breath of Plum, which is a sheer tone finish. I have Melba, which is a matte finish. I have Cantaloupe, which is a pro shade and it is a satin finish. And lastly, I have Fleur Power, which is a satin finish. So these shaping and sculpting powders and this Cantaloupe blush are pro products, but anybody can buy them from the pro store or MACcosmetics.com. So these shaping powders and the sculpting powders both come in 6 shades. Shaping is for highlighting, sculpting is for contouring, and they have several different shades to choose from for a variety of skin tones, so I think that's really awesome. And then of course, the blushes in pan form are a pro product as well, but anybody can get their hands on them online or in a pro store. But this shade Cantaloupe is a pro only shade, and you cannot buy this in a compact. So now for the swatches of my cheek products. Here is the Shaping Powder in Emphasize, the Sculpting Powder in Sculpt, Breath of Plum Blush, which again is a sheer tone finish, Melba Blush is a matte finish, Cantaloupe Blush is a satin finish, and Fleur Power Blush is a satin finish. So I love my peachy corals, but this is a gorgeous plum fall winter blush, and I love that I have a highlight and a contour color in here. This is an all-in-one cheek palette for me. For an ultimate cheek palette, I would probably swap out Cantaloupe for Pink Swoon so I could have a pink blush in here, and then this would be my all I need blush palette, but I really love that shade and all the rest that I have chosen. They're very great for my skin tone and my preference. So now moving on to the eyeshadow palette. As you can see, I have 14 out of 15 spaces filled. So I have separated my palette into warm tones, cool tones, and brights. I do have one space open and I would love for you guys to leave a comment down below letting me know which colorful shade, bright shade that I should add to my collection. I would really love to know. I'm thinking about Fig One or Kelly, so let me know what you think. But here is what my palette looks like and I will run through them for you. For my warm tone row, I have Woodwinked, which is a Veluxe Pearl, Coppering is a Veluxe Pearl, Sumptuous Olive is a Veluxe Pearl, Soft Brown is a matte, and Brown Script is a matte squared. The difference between matte and matte squared is that matte squareds tend to be more pigmented and have a more creamy finish to them, and they aren't as chalky as the regular mattes. But that is my warm toned row. So here are swatches of my warm toned row. I have Woodwinked, a Veluxe Pearl, Copperine, a Veluxe Pearl, Sumptuous Olive, a Veluxe Pearl, Soft Brown, a matte, and Brown Script matte squared. So that is my warm tone row of eyeshadows. So now moving on to the cool tone row, we have Yogurt, which is a matte, Satin Taupe is a frost, Cranberry is a frost, Haux is a matte, and Deep Damson is a matte. Deep Damson is a pro only shade. And here we have my swatches. First is Yogurt, which is a matte, Satin Taupe is a frost, Cranberry is a frost, Haux is a matte, and Deep Damson is a matte. So here are my 5 cool tone shades. So now on to my brights. First I have Stars and Rockets, which is a Veluxe Pearl. I have Shimmermoss, which is a Veluxe Pearl. This was discontinued, but Steamy is very similar, except it has a frost finish. This is Expensive Pink, which is a Veluxe Pearl, and Free to Be, which is a matte. So here are the swatches of my bright shades. I have Stars and Rockets, which is a Veluxe Pearl. Shimmermoss is a Veluxe Pearl. Expensive Pink is a Veluxe Pearl, and Free to Be is a matte. And here are my 4 bright shades. So like I said, I do have one more spot left in my shadow palette, so I would love for you guys to leave down below what bright, colorful eyeshadow that you think that I must have in my collection. And I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I hope it was interesting, and I love my MAC palettes so much. Building your own MAC palette like this is not going to be as inexpensive as just buying an Urban Decay Naked palette, but I like these better. In my Naked palettes, maybe there's 3 or 4 shades that I reach for. In my MAC palettes, I reach for every single shade because I picked it out myself. I chose it specifically because I knew I would wear it. So the pan eyeshadows cost $10, which is not the cheapest. No, it's not. But when you pick up 1 or 2 at a time and collect them, first off, I think it's super fun. And second, it doesn't seem like that much money when you only pick up a couple at a time. But yes, this is more expensive than an Urban Decay palette. But like I said, I use this way more than my Urban Decay palettes, and I love it. Again, I love this clear top. I just love looking at all of my pretty eyeshadows that I picked out. And these are all of the eyeshadows that I have from MAC, because there are so many to choose from, but I'm not sure which ones are must-have. So please, please leave a comment down below on what are your must-have MAC blushes and eyeshadows that I can add to my collection. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that these swatches were helpful for you. Like I said, I will have them all listed down below, as well as their finishes, with some links to help you guys out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.